Hey everyone, it's Andy from Chronically Healthy Life. If you have been following me over the last 4 years, you know my thoughts about why we came to Texas. I shared that briefly a few days ago on how the unvaccinated are not dying. And there's more and more data showing that the mRNA vaccines have caused so much damage in the bodies for all the people that have taken it. And if you've seen the interviews I did with Nicolas Hulscher with the McCullough Foundation and Dr. Peter McCullough, they've been showing all the research, the scientific papers around the world, showing all the damage and side effects that the COVID vaccines have caused and is still causing to this day. And one of the things, the most recent research that came out is actually quite frightening, right? And there's a research out that showed that 94% of all people that decided to get the COVID vaccination shot have amyloid micro-clots. So throughout their body, meaning there are micro-clots, small clots throughout their body, and that's a 94%, technically 100%. And when it comes to 94%, that might as well be 100%, but I think it's 94% because if you learn a little bit more about how the batches were, there are very differences in which batches you got, and it's very important if you did get the vaccine shot back in the day, regardless of what reason you got them for, regardless of what your beliefs are during the time. This is not for me judging you, right? This is for me helping you recover from that decision that was made from someone making that decision for you, right? And if you go to howbadismybatch.com, you'll actually see, on your vaccine card, there's a little batch number, the one that everyone used to have to show to go out. Well, that batch number, if you go to howbadismybatch.com, you can see basically if you got shots that had more serious effects or maybe more of the placebo effect. And that's why I think it's 94% have micro-clots, because maybe there's 6% of shots that were either degraded, more saline, whatever, right? And I think that's really why some people are seeing some serious side effects while others haven't seen any at all. But that doesn't mean that the micro-clots aren't in your body. Remember, 94%, this is a study done, 94% have circulating micro-clots in your body. And depending where you go, where those clots go is where you're gonna have damage. You're seeing people have inflammation in the legs, where the legs are swelling up. You're seeing people having myocarditis, heart attacks. You're seeing people have strokes or neurological problems where the micro-clots are going to the brain. And now there's studies showing that it's going to the eyes, where people are starting to lose their vision, having vision loss, or even blindness. So these clots are really quite scary, right? And for me, I'm not trying to scare everyone, right? I'm trying to provide you with natural solutions to get your body to start healing itself again, right? So first, like I said, get your spike proteins tested, right? And if you need a link to where to go to do that, ask your doctor, say, hey, I want to get my COVID spike proteins antibodies tested. If they look at you funny, it's time to shop for a new doctor, right? But if you need the links, DM me, let me know, and I'll set you up for that. Second is, like I said, go to howbadismybatch.com and enter your batch number. This is now no time to say, well, I think I'm okay, I'm not feeling anything. There's no such thing as okay anymore. 94% has been shown that you have micro-clots in your body. It just depends on how much micro-clots and when it's going to cause damage, right? So go into howbadismybatch.com, see how bad your batch is, and check how bad, how much spike protein you have in your body. So you have a starting point, right? And then from there, start working on some natural protocols to break down and degrade the spike protein. And of course, today I'm going to share with you something that can help you break down these amyloid micro-clots. right? So there's been a study recently that in vitro, basically in a petri dish, you remember back in chemistry class, in vitro, what they found is using nattokinase, there's the enzyme in nattokinase can actually break down amyloid micro-clots within 2 hours. That's really insane, because if you think about it, 94% of all the people out there that got the shot have micro-clots throughout the body, and using nattokinase is a natural way to break down those blood clots, right? So this is very, very important study. And then this nattokinase is also shown to degrade the spike protein, which causes these blood clots. So it does like a 1-2 punch, and other things that degrade the spike protein is like right behind me on this side. You can see, we stocked up on pineapples. Pineapples have bromelain. Bromelain has also shown to break down the spike protein. So here we are, I'm showing you natural ways that God has given us, these products, these natural foods that can get your body to reset, repair, and start healing itself, right? So a lot of people ask me, hey Andy, what is nattokinase, right? And where can I get it? And it's funny because the studies for nattokinase, it actually came out of Japan, right? And the Japanese, they eat something called natto, right? I was actually introduced to natto, oh man, it must have been like 20, let's see, not 20, probably around, yeah, it probably was close to 20 years ago, 18, 20 years ago, from a Japanese friend. We're eating out Japanese, and he says, Andy, you have to try this natto, and I'm gonna show you what it is, right? Here's my trusty chopsticks, and this is organic natto. This is actually pretty hard to find, but if you go into those local Japanese supermarkets, you're gonna find it. So nattokinase, natto is actually, you can see this is fresh. If you take a look at this, it's so cool. You see all those fibers on there. It's fermented soybeans, right? And if you look at this, hopefully I'm gonna zoom in on this for you. When I first saw this 18 years ago, and like I said, the Japanese eat this with the rice in the morning, and lunch, and stuff like that. And my friend was like, hey Andy, you have to check it out. And I'm seeing him scooping it out of the plate. You see all this. It literally, in my mind, it looks sort of like snot, right? And I was like, oh my God, you're gonna eat that? And back then, I refused to eat that. But like I said, now that I'm a functional longevity coach, and we're always looking at natural ways to boost our health and longevity and to reverse conditions naturally. Whoa, look at this thing. It's just so sticky. I am going to see that how sticky it is. Showing you my chopstick skills. Yeah. And I got to say, this is not a happy face. And I love food. This is salty. It is slimy. But this is a natural way to get nattokinase into your body. So for me, Minna, we're always trying to find the easier route and better sources for nattokinase, since we are always looking at our natural ways to heal ourselves with our own light. And of course, we love using LifeWave products, right? LifeWave just introduced their cellularized, wow, that stickiness is sticking my tongue together, cellularized evening. And this is genius, right? Cellularized evening is a supplement that's meant to help boost your sleep. And what they normally do, it's coming close to evening. I got my SodaStream water here, and they got this cute little spoon inside. And all you have to do is drop a scoop in there. Cellularized evening. All right, and I'm gonna look at that. Look at how sticky that stuff is. I can use the other side, stir this baby up. So it's a little bit bubbly, a little foamy. That's the way I like it. So it's almost like a soft drink. and this helps you sleep at night. Oh my gosh, that tastes so amazing compared to the nattokinase there, the natto. But why am I promoting this cellulite evening? One of the main ingredients in there is nattokinase. Nattokinase is one of the products that can break down the amyloid micro-clots that's caused by the spike proteins from the vaccines. Well, anyways, once again, reach out to me if you want to find out a little bit more about the Lifeway Cellulite, or reach out to me at Longevity of Andy to talk about anything to do with health and longevity. I'm excited. We're going to be having 2 memberships coming up pretty soon. DM me for more information. One of them is going to be Chronically Healthy Circle with Andy. This is going to be asking me anything on a private WhatsApp group. This is going to be a WhatsApp community where any questions to do with health and longevity is not off limits, right? You're not going to be judged. You're going to have a safe community where people want to figure out how to repair the bodies, how to live longer, and how to activate the light inside the body. So reach out to me on that to learn more. That's only going to be $10 a month for that membership, and you can basically ask me anything on that community, where I'll be doing a monthly talk on there too. The other thing is we are excited to launch our Chronic Health Collective membership, the Longevity Blueprint Club, and we'll be launching that probably the 1st of December. This is not just me, but the whole Chronic Health Collective, where we're going to be sharing tips from across the board in all areas of life to help you live a chronically healthy life. Anyways, I hope this post has given you a little bit more insight on what you can do if you took the COVID shots. Please, please, please get yourself tested on your spike protein levels, and check how bad is your batch.com. And then start eating some pineapples and getting some nattokinase from the natto, or reach out to me for the easier, tastier method and healthier method with the cellulite evening. Goodbye now.